You have probably been keeping up to date with the search for Nancy Guthrie. We know we are now entering our third week with that. And at this point in time, we still don't have much more information on where she is, but turns out we may have some information on who may have taken her. I want to get right out to Caroline Elliott. She's right there on the ground, standing right in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. Caroline, talk me through this latest update. I hear that we may have found a significant piece of evidence in the case. Is that right?
Yeah, Judea, we know the next 24 hours could bring a major breakthrough in this case. Investigators say that they do have preliminary results, DNA results, we should say, from a glove that was found about 2 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home. So the FBI says this glove matches the glove they believe that was worn by the suspect in that surveillance video pushed out by the FBI last week. And on top of that, they say that the DNA profile is different. So from here, we know investigators are going to be taking a closer look at this glove. They say that they got those preliminary DNA results on Saturday, and from there, Judea, we know that it will go into a system called CODIS, which is the FBI's national database that they use to compare DNA and potentially identify who it belongs to. Now we know this is a pretty quick process. It takes about 24 hours. So if there is a match, Judea, we could certainly have some answers here soon.
Okay, so you walked me through the fact that it could take a couple of hours, maybe even over a day, enough for us to get this. What happens, though, if there is no DNA match?
Yeah, Judea, that is a possibility. We know that CODIS is not a perfect system. It doesn't have everyone in it, but it does include people with a criminal record. And so here, we'll give you an example here. So if you go back to the Brian Kohberger case, that is an example of where CODIS did not work. We know that investigators recovered DNA from that crime scene. They put it into CODIS, and they did not get a match because before then, Kohberger was someone who was never involved in other serious crimes. So from there, investigators took that same sample and they put it into a more advanced method called investigative genetic genealogy. And basically what that is it will track it down to a family tree, essentially. If there's someone it matches into that family, they could get a better idea of who that DNA could belong to. So for example, we know that process typically does take a lot longer. In Kohberger's case, it took 47 days. So if it's not an initial match with the FBI's database system named CODIS, then this case really could drag on a little bit longer. Judea will also point out there's the possibility that this is not a match at all and that the person that this DNA belongs to doesn't have anything to do with this case. So all possibilities out there right now, but investigators really following every single lead as it's now day 16 into the search and there's still no suspect.
First of all, the Kohberger case, perfect example. And that just made me think, we've heard from law enforcement officials that if this were to go on for much, much longer, I mean, they are willing to put in the work to figure out, either what happened to her and hopefully be able to bring her back home. The last question I have for you, Caroline, because I know my time with you is limited. While we are waiting on these DNA results, hoping for a match, do you know what the Guthrie family is saying about all of this?
Yeah, the Guthrie family has been quite vocal during this search, specifically her daughter, Savannah Guthrie. We know Savannah posted on Instagram yesterday in a new video that was quite emotional, but positive overall. She was saying that she still believes her mom is out there. She says she still believes her mom is alive, and she was talking directly to her mom's kidnapper in this video saying, please bring her home. She was saying it's never too late to do the right thing. So again, the family now as this search enters its third week, really desperate to see their mom come back home. Judea.
Caroline, thank you for helping us make sense of this, giving us some examples that, again, can help us understand a little bit more about where we are at and really what's at stake here. So I appreciate it. I'm going to let you get back to gathering some more information for the rest of the day. I know you've got to keep doing live hits for our other stations who are trying to figure out what happened here as well. So let you go.